he's going to be coming over towards the 9 and the 8 if he pots the 4 ball. Well, it was a good effort, wasn't it? It only just rattled, and the cue ball hit the 9, and this is the first really good chance here for Sanchez. Watch the 4 ball here, just rattles in the pocket. You can just see to the right of Carlo there, the fans are all congregating in that little corner. Security will have just held them off until after this rack.
Yeah, you may have seen David Al-Qaedi there. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, great friend and of course World Cup winning partner with Spain this year, sitting in the front row. To his right as we look at it at the moment.
Albin Ocean, Shane Van Bonen, Joshua Filler. Arguably the other 3 players who have had a fantastic season, but this man right here, what a season he's having, and it could get a whole lot better. If he wins this match, he goes to world #1. He's in the final of the US Open, and he's in the Mosconi Cup team.
Well, that's it. It's already the best year of his career, and now everything else is bonus territory.
That's okay. He couldn't really get closer to the 7. He played it right on the spin, but the spin almost loses off a rail on these TV tables. It doesn't bite the same. You have to play a different game under these lights.
Yeah, and we had reason to reflect on that last night with Si Chia Chen, who just couldn't adjust to it at all. And that 10-0 defeat to Carlo Biado.
Albin Ocean and Max Lechner have just walked right across our com box. Obviously Max is going to practice before his semi-final.
And in this semi-final, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz takes the opening rack.
Extension, please.
Looks like Carlo is looking at just going past the 7, drawing the cue ball into the 2. Could pot it in the top right corner.
Foul stroke.
Oh, he's scratched, so that just shows you another good safety shot from Sanchez has paid off.
And please start the clock.
Sanchez Ruiz, the only one of those still standing. And he doesn't need to win the title. If he gets to the final, he will just edge ahead of Van Bonen and will be at #1 with only 2 counting events to come this year. Of course, if he did go on and win the title, then he'd be set to hold on to it right through to the end of 2022. So big would be his lead then.
Previous shot, he just didn't get enough angle on that 7, so he couldn't get back out into the centre of the table. This is why the cue ball is there, and this is why he's got a little thin one. The 9 ball's in a good spot though, so just make sure you pop the ball and make sure the cue ball doesn't scratch. But looks like it's going to. Looks like the cue ball's going to come back round and finish near where his bridge hand is now. Well, it's actually come a little longer, so still okay. You're going into such a nice big pocket at this angle, so he will know that. As long as you play this into the rail, it should always slide in.
All going to plan. Very confident looking start from the Spaniard. He leads the defending champ 2-0.
Difficult one to see this. Ideally, he draws it straight back. Yeah, he's drawn it into the 8. It always looked like there was a bit of an angle there. Well, decision time. Does he play the bank? Or does he keep doing what he's been doing in the opening 2 racks? He's showed patience, he's played the right shot, the safety shot, and that seems to be working. Can he find a good one here? He may be tempted for the bank though. Well, he was tempted with the bank. Is he going to get away with it? Not really. He has left a shot, but... So the opening 2 racks, he decided to play defensive. In the 3rd rack, he's gone attack mode. Always feel like it's a big rack, Michael, don't you? That I know people say the 2nd rack, but I always feel like it's the 3rd rack, because if you go 3 up or 2-1, Carlo feels like he's back in the match. But at 3-0, you think, oh, this is not far from slipping away, this one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It might not seem like much when it's a race to 11 particularly, but you're absolutely right. 3-0 starts to feel like a big deficit to overturn.
Nice shot there from Biado. Looked easy, but when you're behind them, they feel awkward on the eyes. This looks shy of pace. It is shy, isn't it? He's landed way too short there. Yeah, I mean, he can still cut the ball in, but he's going to have to play it with right hand spin to try and get the cue ball back up somewhere. This is a thin one. It's a funny one, isn't it? Every time you play a bad positional shot, the cue ball just starts to chase and you never quite land on your next ball. I mean, one of the outside tables, that ball might have stayed up as well. So it's the safety shot. Oh, has he got the cue ball in behind the 9? It's going close, you know. It's going close. He has. He's got the cue ball touching the 9. And he got a good 6 ball. Well, there's the top of the cue from Biado. It was a good shot. He's got to go 2 rails. This is horrible. 2 rails, kick the 6 and try and leave the cue ball there. He's not a big favourite to pull this one off. That was the problem, because he didn't hit it full. The cue ball moved away from the 6, and this is why he's left the pot. Them shots are just so hard. Listen, he's got a better view than anyone, of course he has, but it just looks so tight. I mean, look at the overhead. I don't think that pot's in the middle. I think he's got to play the cross corner bank, the cross side bank rather. He's going to bank this 6 into the opposite middle.
Well, that angle there looks particularly conclusive. No way that goes.
This is a big shot, cross bank. It's there. Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going? The defending champion is not going to roll over just yet.
And this is the challenge of the game, isn't it? He's just pulled off a good shot there on the 6 with the cross bank. Then he has to steel himself again for a 7 that you would expect him to pot every time, but still a bit of pressure on it. It's just unrelenting in a match like this where you know, make a mistake, he could be sitting down for the next few racks. He was in his chair for the last 2. It was given away back in here. Really, it was getting to the stage where you felt if he fell much further behind, he was starting to need a comeback for the ages.
Carlo
Still got quite a deficit to overturn. but he's reduced it slightly. It's now 5-2.
Push out called. Francesco, it's your choice, please.
Well, I don't believe Francisco will pass this one back. You've got to play this one, surely. He's not really left anything tricky, I don't believe. He can just come off the edge, put the one up near the top, near the 6, send the cue ball around the table, try and get it near the 4. It's hard to see Francisco making a mess of this one. He's played some good safeties in this match. Yeah, here comes the cue ball. What was Carlo thinking? Literally just giving an easy safety shot to play.
Very often with the push out, you're trying to exploit your opponent's weaknesses. And as you say, the tactical side of it has been anything but that from FSR so far in this match. So, unusual call.
Got to be careful here. He could scratch in the top right pocket if he doesn't hit this right. Well, Biado playing a strange push there. He really did. Not that I'm going to question our defending champion, but I think he made a mistake there.
And that little passage of play has all culminated in a wonderful chance for the Spaniard.
Just needs another good shot here. Yeah, nicely done. Now he can spin the cue ball round and he's in a good spot here, he really is. Oh no, Carlo Biado. That is a big, big mistake.
The only thing in his favour here is that potting a ball and coming in and out of the jaws like this. Limited control always on what the cue ball is going to do over a long distance. So that's the challenge here for Sanchez Ruiz, but if this shot goes well for him, could be 5 clear. Just because something looks like being the key moment in a match doesn't mean it's going to be, and we talked about how it turned out
Extension, please.
in the previous rack with the push-out decision that was made by Biado. If he'd won this rack, he could have put that behind him, but for now, the chance is gone.
Yeah, nicely done there. He's going to steal this rack. This is going to hurt Biado.
Much further than this, and really Biado is starting to look for miracles.
Well, he left Francisco the pot, didn't he? So that's why Carlo was looking not best pleased after he played the safety. Again, though, these are not easy, are they? You know, you never know what the pool table gives you. That is what pool is about. That is the game. You have to play the table layout. This is what separates the best from the worst. This is a tricky layout, though. And he's come over to this side of the table because he needed the angle. He couldn't land on the opposite side of the table because the cue ball would have run into the purple ball. Now he's got to get up for this 3. The 6 ball's a big ball as well. But if he does get on the 3, it just opens the rack up, doesn't it? You can see the rack opening up. This looks good. The little flick on the 6 is okay. And now the rack has opened up. One or two shots in the game of 9-ball and the rack can change.
Full.
Great shot there. Carlo's going to go rail first. Now he is good at this type of shot. Rail first to pot the 2.
Extension, please.
Brilliant shot. He is one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world at that shot.
And now he has a chance to finally do something he hasn't done at any stage in this semi-final and win 2 racks in a row.
He's made it. Here comes the cue ball. He's in prime location. All the balls are sat there begging. We did say if he can get back to 7-5, this will give Francisco something to think about. Well, he did go for the pot. And he's got away with one there. He has got away with one there.
Fortune has favoured him a couple of times now in this massively important rack.
And this is just adding to the drama, isn't it, Michael? This is just part of the game. This is where the tension, this is where it all builds up from, things like
Extension,
this.
please.
Well, with a format like we've had this week, when it starts off the first few days, it's just an endless cacophony of noise, just balls clicking and being potted and being racked everywhere you look. And then you get down to this final day, only 1 table left, and everything suddenly goes very, very quiet. Punctuated only by the cheers, which have increasingly been ringing out for Carlo Biado over the last 20 minutes or so.
Well, he's going airborne. He's going airborne. What a shot Francisco has pulled out there. That will be going viral.
Fans of Sanchez Ruiz will be pleased to see him puffing out his cheeks there.
At the pot, doesn't it? Surely he's not going for the pot here, is he? Well, he has gone for the pot. I'll tell you what, if the cue ball holds up, that is scandalous. That is absolute scandalous. What a shot he's played there.
Well, we saw a contender for shot of the week from Sanchez Ruiz in the previous rack. And this has got to be in there as well.
That's just the audacity to take the shot on. You need a slap, man.
Seems like the 2-ball is proving to be so pivotal in almost every rack at the moment.
There's not a chance when Francisco played the safety. He will have known he's not guaranteed to get the hook, but there's no way he would have thought Carlo's going to take on the pot. These last 2 racks, Michael, they've been sensational. This is just like we're watching a rerun of last year's semi-final from Carlo. He was down big in that match against Naoki Oi. He come back and won. He's not won just yet, but he's staying in this match. Cue ball maybe bounced a hair too far on that shot. Just means he's got to bear down a little bit. Watch the cue ball here. Oh, but he's missed the 8. It was all caused because the previous shot it bounced off a little bit too much. Maybe he should have gone a couple of rails. He decided to try and float it in.
Well, from 2-1 down, he lost 5 of the next 6 racks. Came charging back, was 2 balls away from responding by winning 5 of the next 6. But it's a match of big moments so far, and that could be the biggest of them all. Because just when it looked as though Biado was going to be coming out to play the next rack and draw level for the first time since he lost the opener, he missed the 8. Sanchez Ruiz potted it and has added the 9. He's 3 clear once again and closing in on a place in the final for the very first time. It's 9-6.
Realistically, Francisco could lose this match. We know he can lose with not even having a shot because it's winner breaks. But the break's a little tougher now. That's the reason we've implemented that, to try and stop things like that happening. But just a missed ball or something, and we could be hill easy. Where's the cue ball? It's the wrong line. Chance for Biado. Not easy, but it's a chance.
Seen a few big shifts in momentum in this match. Carlo Biado needs one final one, and it's got to start here.
Extension, please.
Is he trying to pot the 9 as well in the same shots? He is, and he's made it!
We could see him eyeing up the carom. Well, that's the sort of fight he's got left in him. And we still have a semi-final here. And boy, did that get the crowd going again, just when the match looked to be fizzling out.
It's easy to say from your chair, well, where sat, the game looks easy, but he's got to just forget about what's gone on here. You just don't believe these things can happen on a pool table. Yeah, I mean, he's not moved it great, but he has moved it. The problem is he's got a massive angle on the 6. So he's going to have to... Well, he's not out here. This is tricky now. He wanted the 7 to move away more. Well, what's he going to play here? Cue ball might end up spinning on itself here. If the cue ball hits the point, it could spin and stay there. I don't know if the scratch is on. This is actually worse than the 8 ball he missed earlier on. Watch the cue ball. Yeah, it span on itself. It hit the point. It turns over and you can't get it away from the rail. But this is a test of nerve, this shot.
Oh, yeah. Delivering under pressure there on the 7, as he has so many times in his late rally.
How's he going to play this one? Is he going to risk floating it, is he going to pound it a couple of rails? I just don't know. He's digging down, he's playing for the 9 in the left centre, or the same pocket. Oh, he's done well there. He's done well there.
Well, this is absolute class. Time and time again, he's risen to the moment in the latter stages of this semi-final. And it's a semi-final which he refuses to let go of.
Won this tournament doesn't take away the fact that he's going to be feeling nervous. The adrenaline's there.
Well, when he was leaning over that 8 that he missed a few racks ago, you could see he was trembling ever so slightly. We were watching him from behind the shot. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz has come through 2 hill finishes already in this US Open. He's going to have to survive another one, but will he get a chance? Carlo Biado has won 4 in a row.
Well, I don't know how. I really don't. But you're right. He has. He's tied the match up from nowhere. He looked to beat a man. But what do? You kick off the back rail. There's no real cover. Cue ball could squirt over towards the 7.
There is David O'Cady. Looks every bit as nervous as his great mate.
Please.
Yeah, I think moving forward, I'd like to see the extension be removed on a final rack decider. The game of pool's not a long game. You know, a rack doesn't take that long, and you don't want the players to be rushing at hill. He's going to try and pot this ball. He's going to try and pot this ball, and he's left it. This is your chance. This is all you wanted. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz has got his chance.
And he is 5 balls away from getting in to the biggest final of his life.
And he's only got 10 seconds left.
He was 7-2 in front. The defending champion came charging back at him, close to within a rack. 10-6, Biado, as we've said, looked a beaten man. All the momentum was with him. Sanchez Ruiz must have been wondering, would he get any chance at all to salvage the situation? A couple of balls ago, it was presented to him. Well, that's what you call untimely.
Well, he's only got 5 seconds left. Yeah, good shot.
Such a year for him. World Cup glory with Spain. UK Open final after a great win over Van Boning. He's got the Mosconi Cup to come. And now he has this ball to get through to the final. And somehow he has survived just about the biggest test he has ever faced on a pool table. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz has held off the charge of Carlo Biado. The defending champion is out. FSR is through. He wins 11 racks to 10.
You know, the Chinese Taipei players, they're just too well coached, and you know, the technique's so great it isn't going to take long if they are out of form.
That's encouraging from his perspective.
So.
I didn't know that. I do now, and I'll store that away somewhere. Like Lee Trevino in '71 when he won the Open, the US Open, and the Canadian Open all in a month's time.
Yeah, one of my favorite characters, Lee Trevino. Okay, a really nice start. Really nice two ball. It's been the two ball today, right? That's been the theme for all the great shots, it seems. A great two ball to open in that first game, and now a break and run, or a potential break and run.
Jeremy and I thought Ko Ping Chung was maybe the outsider here. He doesn't look it right now. He leads by 2-0.
It's the climax of the year, I believe. Of course, this and the World 9-Ball Championships, the two biggest titles in our sport.
Just a little concerned about the cue ball, but it stopped in time. Golden break from the golden boy, Ko Ping Chung. 3-0, just like that, in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, he's gotten a little off angle here, and it's not the type of table you usually need to pound the ball very much, so you may see him draw back underneath. Looks like he's going to stun the ball a little, so. Oh, yeah, he's pretty comfortable. Of course, like I said, their technique is so solid, very hard to see much in the swing, even if the nerves are high.
Just like that, 3-0 has become 4-0.
To get the snooker, but the snooker's not guaranteed. Oh, that was really fortunate if he gets the snooker. I don't know if he will or not, but caught that awfully thin.
Extension code.
Even if he has a piece of the one, I'm not sure what he can do with it, really. Oh, he could pocket it. Wow. Totally surprised me now. Pockets kind of showed their teeth there a little bit. And a cross-side bank coming.
And he hit that thick, so he could definitely pot it.
And that's the one difference also with the new felt. The ball deflects a little bit. He had a little left English on there. So if you get a little quick with the stroke, you'll definitely deflect the ball more in a super nice cross-side bank and still rolling. Ko Ping Chung. And like I said before, at the beginning of the match, really was breaking the balls well. Has yet to break them here. Well, he did win the lag and break in the opening game, but he hasn't broke since. Uh-oh. All right. Nothing like ball in hand to get you started.
Ball in hand.
And Ko has done a lot of work for Lechner by knocking in so many balls.
Too difficult, not buried somewhere on a rail or on the bottom part of your table, something like that. So just secure the shot on the 6. Oh, wow, that wasn't too close. He's going to get a big roll here, though. But the 5's going to end near the pocket.
I always think when someone plays a really, really bad shot like that, it's cruel when they get good luck. This is completely undeserved to see that cue ball nestling behind the brown 7 ball.
Yeah, it's a long-term thing between the players. They kind of feel like, or hope it kind of is going to
Extension,
break
please.
even a little bit. I may consider the bottom rail here. He can slide up that left side rail getting at that 5. This kick shot here, of course, something you should practice, but still very difficult to judge as far as the make.
Park shot, ball in hand.
He seemed surprised, Jeremy.
Start the clock, please.
And again, that will be one difference on this, you know, a little newer felt than the outer tables. The outer tables have been played on all week. The big key to these, when you get a little fortune, is take full advantage, you know, and that's what he needs to do, and that's what he's looking to do. Funny little shot here, though.
Extension, please.
Doesn't have a whole lot of pockets for the 3. He's got a lot of angle on the 1, on the 2. The good thing is he doesn't have to get perfect on the 3 to play a combination on the 6 ball here in a moment. Oh yeah, he's definitely nervous. And the reason why I definitely can tell, not only that shot, but the 1 ball itself. He wasn't trying to get thin on the 2 like that. He hit the 1 a little thick. Cue ball didn't travel as much, and now I missed 2 ball. The thing here is, don't try to get the 1 to the back rail, especially elevated. I just considered getting the 1 just barely past the 7, maybe a foot or so. Oh no, yeah, everything's gone wrong. That's a foul.
Foul
Nope.
shot.
Yeah, ball in hand, no rail
Ball in
after
hand.
contact.
Start the clock, please.
So he needs to get himself to a timeout as soon as possible. Go maybe splash a little water on the face, something or another. Key here is stay thick on it. You can hit a little bit at the side rail and still make it, especially the speed he'll be shooting it.
Simply delightful. You know, you talk about breaking and running. One of the best performances we heard about this week, we didn't see on the main tables, was from the youngest co-brother, Ko Ping Han, who broke and ran 6 racks in an 8-0 whitewash of Elliot Sanderson. Sanderson, a fine player who represented GB in the World Cup this year. So, what a dynasty, the 3 co-brothers.
And Elliott, very talented player. Once he sticks around and gets in more of these bigger events, I think he'll plant his feet and make a little noise. Big cut shot here, and again, don't let up. It does slide down the rail a little. Caught it a little thick. Cue ball's going to get to the rail, and he's going to be a little straight. Thankful for Max, that 4 ball bounced off the end rail up in front of the pocket. This could be a little tricky.
Based on what we've seen before, that was unexpected. It wasn't easy, but it was still unexpected.
Yeah, really normally a shot that both Go brothers really
Extension call.
thrive on, the thin cut. Has he got to elevate the cue here? Yeah, he's just trying to stun. Just get over by the 9 somewhere. Just get that shot on the 4. Yeah, he's off with the swing, and he's going to have to figure it out.
The 5, as you can see from the overhead camera, is completely blocking Lechner's path to the 4.
Yeah, what happens when you have a little let up and it's hard to see there, you really got to know what to look for, but usually the back elbow drops a little early. The tip comes up. He was trying to stun that ball. He wasn't trying to get close to the 4 at all. Just get clear of the purple 5.
Fast stroke.
It's a
One
lovely
hand.
day outside, 70-odd degrees.
Start the clock,
Clear
please.
blue sky, but for Max Lechner, it never rains, but it pours.
Yeah. You know, to be fair,
Fast shot.
A scratch and dry.
yeah, the guys are missing the 1. That's happened the 3rd time. It's been high every time, I believe, as well, but
Start the clock, please.
missing the 1 didn't affect that cue ball and didn't get the hit coming across the rack like he wanted. No kisses on it there. He's looking to draw out of that corner now, and can't really disagree, Tole, but it is a little dangerous. Watch out for spinning towards the 9 off the 2nd rail. Like that. That's would have been the danger to me.
Yet another in a great list of calls from Jeremy Jones.
And I understood, and I would have probably maybe done the same thing because you get to let the stroke out a little more on the 3. You're getting a little closer to that 4, but things are happening where this match is changing a bit. Did he fluke it? He may fluke the safety, but there's going to be a rail first shot, maybe.
In the most recent rack, Max Lechner knocked in a crunch ball, jumping. That one was never threatening the pocket.
Yeah, and I don't know if Max can go with just a rolling ball with a little left English.
Extension
He may
call.
need to draw this a bit to get the cue ball away from the rail to be able to cut this 4. I think a natural ball, he takes a chance at missing it. Yeah, you see him cueing a little low. Now the problem is if it goes off in his hand a little bit, he could scratch cross corner or hits it a little thick. Okay, hit it really nice. May not get there, but still pretty nice effort. He does have the cross side bank, I believe. This is where the slick table. A lot of players would say, let me hit it hard to shorten it, but actually they can get the best of you. Oh, he squeezed it home.
Max Lechner to break. Trading by 8 racks to 5.
And the one thing for Ko also, I think he hit the 3 kind of how he wanted. Just, you know, happened to come up and hit the 9 and catch it dead full to get snookered. Oh, wow. So now 2nd ball in hand
Fast
and a
stroke.
little bit more of an open
Ball
table,
hand.
and you got to figure Ko's not going to let this ball in hand go again.
Start the clock, please.
The crowd oohing and ahhing twice on the original, and then when they saw the replay, and that 4 ball rudely knocking in the cue ball.
Yeah, going for an early winner.
$2-9, in it goes. Now remember, Ko had that golden break in the 3rd rack. This one almost as quick. It gives him a little more breathing space at 9-5. Well, what a momentum buster that was, Jeremy, for Max Lechner. The in-off at just the wrong time for him.
all about touch. Maybe the 6 helps you a little bit. Maybe the 8 covering up the 1. Oh, is that any good? Doesn't want the 1 to get too close to the corner pocket. Leaves a masse, maybe a good kick shot. I don't think the jump is there, but you never know.
This is the 478th of 479 matches in this year's tournament. And you can feel the tension out there, can't you? They've come this far. They don't want to fail now.
No, he's going wide here with a lot of right spin to get at this 1. The key here, again, you want to put speed on it, but then the right spin won't take. You have to hit it like medium maybe. Yeah, that's a pretty decent speed. Uh-oh, no love here.
Foul shot. Ball in hand. Start the
All
clock,
those
please.
little things are changing. And maybe the cue ball tracks up towards the 8. We'll see. Watch out for 7 may get pocketed in that opposite side there. Oh, he's playing the safety. Didn't want to take a chance. Type of kick shot. It's not going to be rolled. It's going to have some speed, and these guys get a great feel. Just all those years of hitting balls and practicing on how to kick this ball right in the side pocket. I'm talking to the cue ball. Wow.
Foul stroke. Ball in hand.
Cruel with a capital C.
Start the clock, please.
Good hit. And look what he's left. The lot.
Yeah, that cue ball.
From 7 to 9, he goes to 9-8. This is tremendous stuff from Max Lechner. One has to say, Ko-Ping Chung, who's leaving the arena, was unlucky there, very unlucky with the scratch on the escape. Nevertheless, you have to really applaud Lechner's tenacity. Well, Jeremy, we could not have wished for 2 better semi-finals. Is he going to get back to the table?
It's funny to me. He changed his break spot. Watch out, cue ball.
Foul stroke.
This sport never fails to amaze.
Start the clock, please.
Yeah, and he knew if it stopped, he would have had a nice shot at the 2, but now he's got to sit and wait. See what his opponent does here in this rack and on. Some work for Lechner, though. I mean, it is ball in hand, but the 5's a little covered up by the 7, and he has to get up table for the 6 later in the rack. So is he going to size up a 4-9? I probably would.
The odds very much in his favour, overwhelmingly in his favour.
Extension code.
The extension just gives him the chance to calm down, take a little longer looking at the required contact. It's in. Drama or what? Didn't catch that quite as sweetly as he wanted to.
Yeah, it's always impressive to come out in these big matches and perform early. But almost more impressive when you struggle and you somehow figure out how to get it together, especially when I still think it's not perfect yet.
Every shot now the biggest of his career. He's been all around the world playing pool. Never experienced anything quite so consequential as this. It's a day of hills. Hill in our first semi-final. Hill in our second. We could not wish for anything better.
Yeah, but this is sitting nice.
Chung today has been so unlucky. How do you smile in the face of adversity?
Settle down, please.
I feel for him.
Yeah, absolutely, and about as much emotion as you'll see from the young man, and just tells you how much it means to him. But kind of said it earlier, Phil, that could have been over early, right, with the mistakes Max made, but maybe Lady Luck is on his side.
I don't think there's any maybe about it. Three pots away from an appearance in the US Open final. And what would be an all-European US Open final. It would be a transatlantic takeaway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about queuing at this moment as long as they go down. Okay, love to be able to ease this ball, but that doesn't look like the case. He's probably got to draw it. Looks like he's stunning across.
This is it. It is joy to the max. Lechner is through. What a fight back. What a recovery. What a revival. Call it what you will. He was 8-2 down, seemingly going nowhere. Not playing well. But then, tenacity and luck intervened. But spare a thought for Chung. How unlucky was he? Not just in the deciding rack, but as that fight back materialised.